Listen, over at a friend's house, but I've got a special guest tonight. This is my buddy's little pup. Are you okay? Anyway, I'm gonna put you down. Okay. So I just wanted to get on quick and talk a little bit about kind of what's going on right now with the whole. There's a lot of information going on right now about kind of the Russia Ukraine stuff, and I see people posting about it. And of course, I'm in support of any country that's defending their borders. But I just think you need to be careful about what you're kind of believing and whose side you're taking on this. As far as I've actually seen people suggesting that that Putin's a good guy or something for invading another country. It's just kind of odd coming from some of the folks that I know. So anyway, that's really all I wanted to say tonight. Again, I was over at a friend's house tonight working on the cinematography stuff, like I was. There's the ding. And so, right before I got here, I had some messages in my inbox just kind of discussing the mentality of kind of how people are being influenced and kind of how gullible people are being to any kind of information that they're getting. And there's no critical analysis happening. And I wrote something about it. You probably don't subscribe to the blog, but I wrote something about it and somebody brought it to my attention, and then kind of within the next 10 minutes I received another inbox from a friend of mine who I disagree with on a lot of points, but makes the claim that somehow Putin's like the good guy here. And so I'm just kind of confused, but then you start to look at the landscape of the leaders in this country saying the same dumb shit, and you kind of you can't blame these folks for even kind of thinking about it. Again, it's wrong, it's misinformed. I feel like there's a lot of folks that are listening to that propaganda, but anyway, it was kind of disturbing. So I really didn't have anything planned because I knew I was going to be running late. So just wanted to get on to check a box, to be honest with you, and kind of get off and then get back to what I was doing, which is trying to figure out our next kind of plan for this TikTok. By the way, I'm going to be doing some more TikToks. That's why I've kind of been off Facebook, engaging less, because of the fact that I'm trying to do more TikToks, because that's just like there's a political place for these small reels, and I've got to kind of put myself in that mode. So if you've never been on TikTok, it's the algorithm kind of learns how you're doing things and it starts to feed you different things. There's a negative connotation to this. I don't know if you've seen this, but I'm going to kind of digress, because TikTok is one of those things where it's a new medium where people, I call it the video for memes. It's the memes for video. Um, you know, People are now kind of consuming this information, just scrolling through again these bite-sized kind of chunks, and it's kind of disturbing. But if you can get through and get to the point where you have lives, then you can do lives on there. But you have to get those certain thresholds. So anyway, again, that's kind of growing on TikTok as well. So anyway, so I'm going to get back to that, but I just want to talk about that because it was kind of disturbing to have that come in my inbox right before I got on, kind of got on wanting to talk about the whole Russia thing, how they're injecting a lot of propaganda into the whole mainstream through different channels that aren't even recognizable. I mean, Tucker Carlson's an easy one to target, but there's other means where people think they're getting information that's unique and it's not. So, it's kind of disturbing because as a war kind of escalates in Europe, this is the kind of new war that's going to happen. And so, cyber attacks, all kinds of stuff are going to happen now that are going to be different if this escalates, even before it gets to something we can see on TV. That's all I'll say. I'm not trying to create fear or uncertainty, but it's just something to be aware of, that the information kind of age that we're in, that's kind of how wars happen. And it kind of goes beyond. A lot of people don't pay attention to that, but that's kind of what is it could kind of escalate from all this stuff. Anyway, that's all I'm going to talk about, because again, you have to be wary of, even like what I'm saying right now. Anything I say on this channel, I always try to put it out a disclaimer talking about the fact that I am not an expert on some of the things I'm talking about. They're opinions, but their opinions based on kind of the things that I see in front of me, and I'm not trying to make things up. There's other folks that like to make things up and kind of change and revision, and that's maybe unique in this day and age for some reason. But that's what I think about it. But certainly, don't take my word for it either. And that's kind of the age we're in. Whereas you have to kind of check your sources and make sure that the people that you're listening to are speaking from a position that is based on logic, not emotion, and kind of based on even an understanding of like historical events. So, there's the sovereignty of Ukraine that's like kind of, something every country respects. And when that's violated, things happen. So, there's all kinds of complexities. I'm not going to get into it because, again, I talk about most of the things I talk about on the show are domestic things that we're fighting for here in America. And as this kind of evolves, if it does evolve, you're going to have to start looking at things from a global perspective. But I'm trying to stay out of it. But that's why I'm kind of trying to absorb as many sources as I can. And I'm seeing this kind of trend where people are kind of getting pushed and polarized. And it's kind of odd. So that's all I got. Look, I'll see you guys tomorrow at 10:30. I know they're always short on Tuesdays. You know the deal. But I will be back tomorrow at 10:30. Thanks for checking in. Peace.